Hello everyone and welcome to DIY Ideas. Today I have a really cool project. So this is a loop scarf that you basically just pull over your head and you're already ready to go. So you can see the colors on here, the pattern is going to be amazing. And yeah, we're going to crochet something that looks like it's knitted, which is even better. And you can see here the texture of it, what it looks like. So I'm going to show you how I did this and what yarn I used. So make sure to stay tuned and see how you can do it all on your own. So our yarn of choice today is the Ferris wheel from Lion brand yarns. And yeah, here are the colors for today. It looks really cool, and we have a little bit of blue, a little bit of brown, and some pink and purple shades. And you can see that the changes are pretty subtle. This is a warm type of yarn. So we have here, let's see, 3 ounces, 85 grams, 270 yards, 47 meters, machine washable and dryable, and 100% acrylic. It's for one ball, one scarf types of projects, and for a 4.5 millimeter crocheting hook or knitting needles. The color is Wild Violets if you want to use this exact same one. And yeah, I think we are ready to get started. Let's pull the metal out. And today, the cool thing is we don't have to count our stitches, so we're just gonna do about 70 to 80 centimeters in length. So I have a measuring tape for that, but we don't have to count the stitches. So all that I'm doing are chains. The yarn is really cool to work with. I can definitely confirm that already. Okay, let's see what our length says. So here is my pink measuring tape. Let me just untangle this. Okay, so we have about 80 centimeters, you can see here. 78, 79 approximately. So the length is good. Now we can get started with our next step. So just make sure you have no twists or knots or anything weird going on. And then what we're going to do is connect this into a loop. So we want to make sure that this is really looking good already. No twists or anything like that. So just take your time here. If you need a moment more, you're going to be so grateful you did it in the end than if you do this really quickly and then have to redo the whole thing when you notice that it's been twisted in a weird way. So definitely, patience is very recommended at this step. And now that I'm sure that everything's all right, we can go into the very first chain that we did and do a slip stitch to connect. Okay, there we go. That's all that we needed. And now that we have our shape, so this is a little loop already, we just want to build on that. So we're going to do 2 chains, and then we're going to go into the first chain that we see here, and we're going to do a yarn over and a half treble. So we go through all 3 loops at the same time. And each of the chains here is going to get a half treble each. And just keep going. So this is going to be a pretty relaxing project. We have a lot of chains, and that means that we're going to have a lot of half trebles here. Okay, so a bit later I am done with this first row, and what I'm going to do now is go around these chains that I started the row with like this, and I'm basically going to do a half treble in there. And then what I'm going to do is go basically around the half treble and do new half trebles this way. So we're pushing this to the front by going basically through the stitch instead of through just the top section of each stitch. And this is how I'm going to keep going, and then when I get back to the end of this row, I'm going to show you how to continue. But here is basically where we got started with the second row, and this is where we're going to end as well. So that's how you always know whether you're done with a round or not. So even though it looks complicated, it's actually super easy. If you stretch it just a little bit, you're going to be able to see exactly where you need to go through. Okay, a while later I am here. You can see that this is where I switched to the top. So basically this time we don't have really an end and beginning of each round, instead we do kind of like spirals. And yeah, you basically just keep going for as long as you can or want. So the size of your loop scarf this time depends on the amount of yarn that you have or on your desired height of the scarf, of course. Then you stop when you're satisfied. And I'm just doing the same thing. You can see it from close up, but that's all there is to it. We're just using a different section of the stitch, but we're doing just regular half trebles. Okay, so here I am after a bit, and you can see how this developed, and it looks wonderful. It looks like we knitted this, but it's actually crocheting. So for those of you like me who prefer crocheting, but still like the visual effect of knitted projects, this is your pattern. So I'm gonna do a bit more and then I'll be back. So this is the yarn that I have left over, really not that much. I don't have enough for a new round, obviously, and I'm satisfied with the size, so I'm gonna pull this out just a little bit, and then when we weave that in, so basically this little section on top, as well as the beginning tail, so you can see that right here in this bluish shade, I would say, then your scarf is ready to be worn, and you can see what it looks like. The texture is amazing and it's super stretchy. It's still gonna keep you very warm, and there is something really special about single loop scarves. So this is one of them this time. I love the colors as well, and the cool effect as well is that it kind of rolls inwards, so it gives a really nice and neat optic in the end. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's project. I hope you like the way this looks. Let me know what you think of the colors and of the pattern, of course, as well. So you can see the little V's on here, the little stripes that are kind of built through the V's, and I think it looks really, really great. So thanks for watching today's project. If you want to let us know that you enjoyed, feel free to shoot a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe and don't forget the notification bell. See you next time. Bye!